What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we finally have Skeleton Crew episode 3. The title of this one is very interesting as an astrogation problem. I had to look up the word astrogation, and this is what that word means. Astrogation is the science or art of navigating a spaceship. Never heard that word before in my life, so I figured probably many of you haven't heard that word either. So that's what that means. Last episode, we were left with Jod, using the Force and obtaining the key, and we were left with that beautiful Force music. Every time that Force music just pops on, especially when it's unexpected, I definitely get the goosebumps. So having that ending just left me yearning for more. So I'm very excited to see kind of where we go from here. How do they break out? Obviously they have the key, but what is that going to look like once they get out of the cage? Is there going to be any fighting, this and that? Does Jod have any kind of connection to their ship? As something I'm curious about. What else? Do they pick up SM-33 and drag him onto the ship? Who fixes him? How does that work? Just kind of what are going to be the chain of events. So very excited. So far with the past 2 episodes, I've been really loving Skeleton Crew. So it's kind of just hitting on all my heartstrings, as a kid. So very excited about that. This episode looks to be 38 minutes, so a lot longer than episode 2. Episode 2 was only about 31 minutes. Episode 1 was around 48 minutes. So this is kind of landing in between those two. But I'm not really too concerned about the length of these episodes. Obviously 31 is a bit short because that does include the credits, but as long as you're giving us like solid writing, adventure, and we can look over, maybe the lengths of these episodes as long as everything is on point. So far, everything's been great. So super excited. All right, guys. So without further ado, let's jump in to episode 3 and let's talk about it. Travel outside the barrier is forbidden. Any violation of credit line rules result in security violation. Wim's dad looks like he's about to risk it all. He said, "Not today. Not right here, partner. Not right here."
Who's that?
Now then, which direction? There are many living beings this way.
My man said, Defender's a piece of the galaxy, and my man comes around freaking with a piece and puts it in his pants after beating that boy up. That's crazy. All right, let's keep going.
Wait. Not that. Ready to...
Yo, their ship looks like is it Pigpen from Charlie Brown, where it's got all like the dust and everything flowing around it? That's gross. Ugh. All right, let's keep going.
Kiss this rock goodbye.
Depends where we're going.
I have an old friend in mind. She's an expert on star maps, lost planets, that kind of thing. She'll find your home.
We should blast off before he gets back.
What? Silver was escaped from the bridge. Official business of Captain Brutus. You there? Seen anything suspicious, have you? Well,
There's a good tip.
Well, that's the real trick then, isn't it? Because I'd be remiss if I didn't report it to Captain Brutus. Let's call in the guards. Have a little chat.
He is so. He's not.
I'm positive he doesn't survive past that scene. He's a dead man walking. So, and Jod is definitely not a Jedi. He's just a Force user. That's for sure. All right, let's keep watching. Yo, that fuel line is not playing any games. Whoever designed that latch system was no joke.
Are we even worried about those?
Hyperdrive. Take it! When?
Wait, but isn't it dangerous to go to hyperspace if we're tied to something?
Do you want me to go after him, Captain?
Put a bounty on his head. I want him groveling at my feet. And those pups.
Are these kids really from Adin?
I'll tell you what I know, and not my words, for I won't be repeating them again. They're definitely from somewhere.
Yo, SM33, he's a real one. He didn't give up, what he knows. I mean, obviously he doesn't really know where Adin is, if it's true or not, because we know that from the last episode, but he didn't give it up, so that's pretty dope.
Start walking. Come on. Let's go. Stay here and you'll never get home.
I wonder who his friend is. I wonder if it's anybody that we know. Let's see.
Why don't we land closer?
You need the exercise.
He's trying to hide the ship.
Listen,
Stab us?
not literally. Does that make sense? Never mind. You'll understand when you're old. Come on.
Neil was like, "Nah, I have no idea what you're talking about, dog."
Right, Jack. They aren't all yours, are they?
I know I left things in such a mess between us, but I couldn't show my face again until I brought you something really special.
In that case, how could I refuse such a dear old trusted friend?
Jada's kind of giving me like, Han Solo vibes before we actually knew Han Solo. You know what I'm saying? Kind of this scoundrel, making deals in the galaxy and kind of being shifty and shady. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting right now.
Let's find down. Should we get down to business?
Quiet, Jack. Children, what in the depths are you doing with him? Oh, this will never do.
He rescued us. He said you could show us the way home.
I got maps of every star in the galaxy and hyperspace routes between them all.
Got it. Deal.
We can't leave now. The launch support systems are disassembled.
Reassemble it! We're taking off!
Yo, real quick, SM33, he's a real gangster. He had that blowtorch ready to go. He was like, whoosh. No games being played, sir. No games.
Okay, what now? Yeah, what now?
Yo, those X-Wings are insane. Favorite ship.
I'll get the hyperdrive ready.
Right. How do we do that? I'll get 33.
No! Rely on a droid. I'll let you down every time.
Damn it! The goons!
Crimson Jack, land this ship immediately.
We have to get to the other side of this moon. Daylight, we're gone. Neil, I need you to take the controls and evade their fire.
Neil? Neil? I can't fly a ship.
Like this. Just wiggle the controls a little. Evade. Evade. You.
Whim. You're not flying the ship because you can't be trusted. You just be touching things. You just touch things that you shouldn't be touching. You know what I'm saying? Put your hands down. Put your hands in your pocket. You know, if I had some handcuffs, I'd handcuff you to something because I can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? He's handsy, and it like it sparks my anxiety, and I don't like it. Somebody put that boy in the closet until they get home, and then somebody tell his father to give him some attention because clearly he needs it. That's my rant on that. Let's get back into it.
Oh.
Any idea where they're headed?
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me.
Yes. We're 3 for 3, baby. We are 3 for 3. All right. Well, that was episode 3. Action packed. One thing I didn't note that I want to note now is that the score, the music, throughout the show was dope. It was completely different than like typical Star Wars music, because I feel like it kind of tied into like the whole pirate theme, and I absolutely loved it. I feel like the adventure in this episode had like higher stakes than the previous two. I will say it does feel very Disney, but that's not a bad thing. I feel like it was a very good thing. It really captured that Pirates of the Caribbean, vibe. I have no words, guys. I'm completely 100% invested in this and can't wait to see how this continues to unravel. Jod is very mysterious. I want to know more about him, kind of what's going on, what is his history, what is it that he's actually after? Is it just money, or is there more things behind that? I want to know more about how he learned how to, utilize the Force, because he's not a Jedi, but he's a Force user. So is he self-trained? Did he have a teacher? Was he going to become a Jedi and then fell out? Kind of where does he land there? The pirates, back at the port, some of those pirates we've seen in The Mandalorian. So this is, right around that time frame. So are we going to get a guest appearance with Mando and Grogu? You know what I mean? Maybe helping and saving the kids or something. Man, I got so many questions, and I'm so excited just to see how this unravels, guys. This is dope. And if they can just keep this up, we're 3 episodes in, out of 8, and I have 0 complaints. I can't wait to run this back and rewatch it because I'm sure there's some things that I missed, but absolutely dope. Absolutely dope. I like at the end where they put Neil at the, to fly the ship, and Wim's like, why Neil? But Wim got I feel like he got a better task than flying the ship. He got to go and shoot the guns and shoot at the X-Wings. That whole scene with the X-Wings chasing him and all that, I feel like the graphics looked super dope. So I don't know, guys. I'm just a simple man that loves Star Wars and reviews Star Wars things. And for me, this episode was a 9 or a 10 out of 10. As of right now, I have no critiques. This has been awesome, and I hope that it continues in this trajectory. If I didn't notice anything and you guys want to let me know something that you might have noticed, maybe an Easter egg or something of that sort, please let me know down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's dialogue and let's break down this episode until we get to next week and see how this all unfolds. I'm very curious about the owl looking character. Forget what her name was, but what's her story? She's got X-wings on her planet and they're like partnered up. Kind of what's the deal there? There's just so many things. So if you guys, let me know down in the comments, how did you feel about this episode? Did you love it? Did you not like it? Were you somewhere in the middle? Let me know. And let me know if you are excited to kind of see where this story goes. But that's it for me, guys. Please like and subscribe for more content just like this. We'll be reacting to every episode of Skeleton Crew, so make sure you stay tuned. And as always, guys, may the Force be with you.